Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Agri Edict. I am Tulsi, your mentor for the subject entomology and nematology. As per your request and demand, we are now starting mock test series of entomology, that is in the term of most expected questions which will be asked from entomology. It will be in the 4 parts. Today I am starting the first part. Let us start now. Coming to first question. First imperial entomologist is option A are Lionel D. Nicevely, option B is Maxwell Lefroy, option C is H.S. Pruthi, and what about option D? S. Pradhan. First imperial entomologist, you may get confused with two options, that is Lionel D. Nicevely and Maxwell Lefroy, because Lionel D. Nicevely is the first entomologist who was appointed to the government of India in the year 1901. Whereas Maxwell Lefroy is the second entomologist who was appointed after Lionel D. Nicevely in the year 1903. But he is the first imperial entomologist. So, which will be the answer now? Maxwell Lefroy, B. That is, B is the right answer now. And what about H.S. Pruthi and S. Pradhan? H.S. Pruthi has founded the Entomological Society of India in the year 1938, where H.S. Pruthi along with Ramakrishna Iyer and H.S. Pruthi has become vice president to that, and whereas Afzal Hussain has become the president. One more thing is H.S. Pruthi is the first plant protection advisor to the government of India. What about S. Pradhan? He is having lot of contribution. Let us see in the next slide. See, he has given more contributions to the entomology, pesticide umbrella, hermetic storage for the control of Trogoderma granarium, Pusa bin, this is the storage structure, and biotic theory and periodicity of locus cycle also given by him, and whereas antefeedant property of neem was given by him in the year 1962, and he also reported Singara beetle which is resistant to DDT and BHC in the year 1963. The question might be asked from any of these contributions, so I had explained here now. So let us move to next question. Match the name of scientist with the theory of resistance they postulated. Here in the first column, different scientist name has been given, whereas in the second column, theories has been given. You have to match with the correct theory with the correct scientist. Here it is with respect to host plant resistance. House has given nutrient imbalance theory. Frankel has given token stimuli theory. Painter has given non-preference and antibiosis theory. Kennedy Booth has given dual discrimination theory. Which will be the right answer here? 4, 3, 1, 2. Moving to next question. Which of the following is a cultural method of pest management? What is cultural method? Before answering this question, let us define. What is cultural method? It is nothing but manipulation of the on-farm practices in the field by the farmer. That is nothing but cultural method. What all the examples like use of trap crops or some crop rotation or deep summer plowing, these are all come under cultural method. What about the options? Let us see. A is given as flamethrowers, which will come under physical method. Burning torch also come under physical method, whereas bagging will come under mechanical method, and whereas trap crop, as I told, it comes under cultural method. Physical method is nothing but manipulation of moisture, temperature or any radiation. That is nothing but physical method. Flamethrowers are mainly used for the control of locust. Whereas burning torch is used for the control of red hairy caterpillar, and bagging is done against citrus fruit sucking moth. What about trap cropping? It comes under cultural method. It is nothing but use of certain susceptible crops in order to protect the main crop from the pest attack. For example, in chili, we will use castor as the border crops for the control of Spodoptera litura, so that it can be protected. Spodoptera litura will prefer more castor and the main crop will be protected like this. Whereas in tomato, use of marigold will thus protect tomato from the attack of Helicorpa armigera. Like this, trap crops play an important role in control of the pest. Moving to next question, green muscadine disease in silkworm is caused by, with respect to beneficial part like honeybees, silkworm, and also in case of lac insect, pest and diseases are most important. You concentrate on those parts and along with the causal agent and along with their symptoms. Green muscadine disease, it is mainly caused by fungus. Of course, you will be knowing it is caused by fungus, but there is a confusion between, here there are mainly two fungus, Metrrhizium anacepae and Beauveria bassiana. So other options will be eliminated, whereas that there are A and C, you will get confusion. But see here, Beauveria bassiana mainly causes white muscadine disease, whereas Metrrhizium will cause green muscadine disease. So option A is the right answer. Let us see some of the causal agents along with the diseases in sericulture. Pebrine disease is caused by Nosema bombycis, which causes pepper-like spots. It is a symptom. Pepper-like spots on the silkworm larva. And whereas Flacheri is a bacterial disease which is caused by, normally we can tell, Bacillus larva. If you go with specifically Bacillus bombysepticus, and the body becomes very flaccid and emits foul smell. Coming to Grasserie, it is a viral disease which is caused by NPV. Most of the NPV, that is the viral diseases, will make the body of the host very fragile. That means easy to rupture. What about muscadine disease is caused by fungus? Here I said white muscadine is caused by Beauveria bassiana and yellow muscadine is caused by Ischia farinosa. Fungus symptom is the body will turn into hard and where it is difficult to crush also. Along with this, you also give importance to pests of silkworm also. Let us move to next question. Which of the following is a larval parasitide used in biological control? Option A is Trichogramma japonica, option B is Chrysoperla carnea, option C is Bracon habiter, and option D is Tilonymous remus. Here, see option A, Trichogramma japonicum. It is a egg parasitide, which is mainly used for the control of yellow stem borer, Sarcophaga incertulata. Whereas in case of second option, Chrysoperla carnea, it is predator. Green lacewings mainly predates on aphids and scale insects. Whereas Bracon habiter is a larval parasitide, mainly predates on coconut black-headed airy caterpillar. Whereas Tilonymous remus, it is also a egg parasitide belonging to the family Scylonidae, and it mainly parasitizes Spodoptera litura. So option C is the right answer. Moving to, I had given some of the examples of different parasitides, which is more important in the exam point of view. Egg parasitides, Trichogramma chilonis, which is used for the control of bollworms of cotton. And whereas Tetrastichus kenobi, which is used for the control of yellow stem borer. Note it belongs to the family Ylophidae. See here, all ulophids are pupal parasitoid except this Tetrastychus cenobi, which is a egg parasitoid. So exceptions are most important in entomology. Please give importance to such type of exceptions. Egg larval parasitoid. It is examples are Chilonas blackburni, which is used to control spotted bollworm, whereas Copidosoma cohileri is used to control potato tuber moth. And larval parasitoid, Campylortis chloridae was used for the control of Helicoverpa armigera, and Bracon brevicornis is used for the control of coconut black-headed dairy caterpillar, whereas Platygaster oryzae controls rice gallmids Orzeolia oryzae. And coming to larval pupil, Carcelia iota mainly controls Helicoverpa armigera. It is a dipteran and belonging to the family Tachinidae. Whereas pupal parasitoid Trichospilus pupivara, it also controls coconut black-headed airy caterpillar. Nymphal and adult Aphelenus mali, which is used to control apple woolly aphid. And whereas adult Blaisocyphae kellyi is used for the control of locust. Apart from this, you also remember ectoparasitoid, examples of endoparasitoids, and what all comes under idiobuoyant, kynobuoyant, and those definitions also. Moving to next question. Here the statement wise type of questions. Given below are two statements. Statement 1 says that subcosta vein in the insect wings is a concave vein. And statement 2, costa vein in insect wings is a convex vein. Let us see what about convex and what is concave vein. In insects, normally convex and concave veins are present in order to increase its in order to increase the efficiency of the wing flight mechanism. So like this they will be arranging in terms of one will be having furrows, ridges and furrows will be present. Costa, subcosta, radial vein, radial sector vein, median anterior, median posterior, cubital anal, cubital posterior, and anal vein. These are whatever the upper veins are there, they will come under convex vein, whereas below these will come under concave vein. So according to the question, costa comes under convex vein. Yes, it is true. Subcosta will comes under concave vein. So both the statements are right here. Statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Moving to next question. Match the type of sporacles and its number. Type of sporacles has been given here, and along with the number you have to match. Amphinoelastic is having only 2 sporacles which are located in meso and abdomen, and propneastic is having only 1 sporacle which is located on the mesothorax, whereas peripneustic is having 9 sporacles which are located on one on mesothorax and other 8 on abdomen, whereas metapneustic are having only 1 sporacle which is located on abdomen. So option 3142. 3142. Option C is the right answer here. Along with this, you have to remember the examples also. Amphinoelastic maggots, propneustic puparium, peripneustic caterpillar, and metapneustic wriggler. Moving to next question. Pest management must be applied at EIL level, ETL, GP, and damage boundary. Let us define what is EIL. It is nothing but economic injury level. It is the lowest pest population which causes economic damage to the crop. It is nothing but EIL. If you go for pest management at this time, there is no use because already economic damage has been happened. So option A will be eliminated. What about ETL? ETL is nothing but economic threshold level. This is the density of pest population at which control measures to be taken before reaching the pest to the EIL level. So ETL is the particular stage where the pest management need to be taken. What about GP? It is nothing but general equilibrium position. What was damage boundary? It is nothing but the lowest damage or the damage which can be easily measured. Moving to next question. Monarch and viscery butterflies are classical examples of. It is the concept of mimicry. What is mimicry? It is nothing but one species will imitate other species. Why it will imitate other species? In order to protect from predators or any natural enemies. There are mainly two types of mimicries. One is one is Mullerian mimicry, other is Batesian mimicry. In Mullerian mimicry, both model and mimic are unpalatable. Whereas Batesian mimicry, here model will be unpalatable, whereas mimic will be palatable. See, you can get an idea that here mimic which is palatable one will be looking like similar to the model which is unpalatable, so that it is avoided by the predators. It was given by H.W. Bates. Examples are monarch butterfly and viscery butterfly. So the option D will be the right answer. Whereas for Mullerian mimicry, which was given by Fritz, example is tiger stripe butterfly complex, which is found in South America. Moving to next question. Inundative release is a part of host plant resistance, chemical control, mechanical control and biological control. What is the concept called inundative release? Inundative release is nothing but release of the natural enemies for the suppression of pest population. It mainly comes under biological control, because biological control is nothing but use of natural enemies. It may be parasitoids or predators or any entomopathogens for the control of pest species. So option D is the right answer. Let us see other options. Host plant resistance, it is nothing but some of the characters which are present in the plant plants will are not suitable for the pest to feed or to colonize on it. Or we can tell that the heritable characters of the plant that will influence the ultimate degree of damage done by the insects. Chemical control is nothing but use of insecticides. Mechanical control is nothing but use of manual forces and also mechanical devices are used for the control of pest. Let us move to next question. Incidence of red hairy caterpillar occurs under which of the following conditions? A is high temperature and low soil moisture, B is high temperature and high soil moisture, C is low temperature and high soil moisture, and D is low temperature and low soil moisture. Normally, when red hairy caterpillar will emerge, whenever it receives the first onset, that means in June and July. So high soil moisture and high temperature will cause more incidence to the crops by red hairy caterpillars. Why? Because even high temperature will help it to reproduce more and it increases its fecundity. So option B is the right answer. Moving to next question. Non-preference to the host plant is also known as antibiosis, antizoonosis, tolerance and induced resistance. Non-preference is also called as antizoonosis. Some of the characters which are present in the plants will make it to deter the insects from feeding and colonization. That is nothing but antizoonosis. Antizoonosis is given by Kogan and Ottman. In the year 1978, and it is a Greek word. Whereas zoonosis is meaning guest, which will deter the insects from feeding or colonization. That is nothing but antizoonosis. What is antibiosis? Having adverse effect of host plant on the insects for example on the biology and development of the insect. That is nothing but antibiosis. And what about tolerance? Plant can sustain certain amount of insect from the damage. That is nothing but tolerance. What is induced resistance? It is a temporary resistance. It is due to environmental conditions. For example, use of potassium fertilizers in certain rice and sorghum will give resistance to the stem borers or shoot flies. Moving to next question. Before moving to next question, let us see examples of antizoonosis and antibiosis. Antizoonosis, hooked trichomes which are present in the French bean act as a resistance against aphid, Apis craxivora. Pubescens which are present in the cotton, it will prevent the oviposition from the leaf hopper, or it prevent the feeding of leaf hoppers. At the same time, pubescens which are present in the cotton will aid oviposition due to which it is caused by the bollworms. Wax bloom which is present in the crucifers will act as a resistance against DBM, that is diamondback moth. What about antibiosis example? Dimbova which is present in the maize act as a resistance to the Ostrinia nubilalis, whereas Mudgo variety which is deficient in the aspergine will act as a resistant to BPH. And gossypol in the cotton will add as a deterrent for the bollworms, whereas it is a stimulant for the ball weevil, that is Anthenomis grandis. Let us move to next question. In which year Rhodelia cardinalis was introduced to India from USA to manage Eisseria purchasei? They have asked the question as India, so don't get confused. Please read the question properly before answering any question, because we will get confused with the option A and D, because here also Rhodelia cardinalis was used to control the Eisseria purchasei, but it is in the case of word from Australia to California. Rhodelia cardinalis was imported and it was used for the control of Eisseria purchasei. Whereas in India in the year 1929, this was the same thing was done, that is Rhodelia cardinalis was used to control Eisseria purchasei, which was imported from the USA. So option D is the right answer. We'll see about other options B and C. In 1898, Cryptolinus montresori has been used for the control of coffee green scale, Cocos viridis. It was imported from Australia. What about 1937? Apollonius mallee was used to control apple woolly aphid. It was imported from the England. Let us move to next question. Dr. Hans and Herin were awarded World Food Prize in the year 1994 for developing and implementing the world's largest biological control project for. Options are Thoramia operculella, Cordyspidiosis perniosus, Phenacoccus manihoti and Eisseria purchasei. Let us tell common names: potato tuber moth, and it is Sanjo scale. What about Phenacoccus manihoti? Cassava mealybug. Eisseria purchasei, cottony, cushiony scale. Here the answer is Cassava mealybug. He has got World Food Prize for the control of Cassava mealybug in Africa by importing Apoanagyris lopezi. From Paraguay. This is the well-known classical biological control example. Let's move to next question. Match the predators with the families they belong. Minochilus, it belongs to the family Coccinellidae. Chrysoperla belongs to, that is green lacewing Chrysopidae, whereas Andrellus belongs to Pentatomidae and Rhinoceros belongs to Reduvidae. So option D will be the right answer. Menochilus sixmaculatus mainly used for the control of mealybugs and scales, whereas Chrysoperla, that is green lace wing, which is used for the control of mainly aphids and sucking pests, and Andrellus for control of any caterpillars, and whereas Rhinoceros fusipus mainly used for the control of Eleothis virescens and also Spodoptera litura. Let us go to next question. 1 cc of trichogramma mainly accounts for, it is a direct question, you can answer easily, that is option B is the right answer. It contains 20,000 eggs. Let's move to next question. Eucanthicona furcellata is a predator on. Eucanthicona furcellata is a pentatomid bug. It mainly controls red hairy caterpillars. What about other options? Coconut rhinoceros beetle, it is controlled by Platymeris laevicolis. It is also a predator. And what about rice brown plant hopper? It is controlled by Cryptolenus montrosori belonging to the family Miridae. Red cotton bug, which is controlled by Harpacter costalis. It also belong to Reduvidae. Let us move to next question now. CM weed is controlled by bioagent. CM weed is also scientific name is Chromalina odorata, which is controlled by the arachnid moth, that is Parachetus pseudoinsulata. Option D is the right answer. I had remembered like this, SCPP. Siam weed is scientific name is Chromalina odorata, whereas it mainly controls Parachetus pseudoinsulata. Whereas for Crofton weed, I remembered like this, Sepu Crofton weed, its scientific name is Epitorium adenophorium and Procedoceris utilis. It is for my convenience, I had remembered like this because I was getting confused between these two, Siam and Crofton weed. This is like a trick for you. And what about Cryptobagus singularis, mainly controls water fern, and Neochitina bruchi mainly controls Iconia crassipes. These are two weevils belonging to the family Curculionidae. And what about Procedoceris utilis? It is a tephritid fly. Now let us see other examples. Lantana camera, which is controlled by Orthosea insignis. It is a scale insect belonging to the family Orthisidae. And Opiomia lantanae, it is an agromycid fly, leaf miner belonging to Agromycidae, that is Opiomia lantanae. Tilinimias scripulosa belonging to the family Tingidae. What about Opuntia dilani? It mainly controls Cactoblastis cactorum. It is a pyralid moth. And Dactylopius tomentosus and Dactylopius indicus, these are also scale insects. What about Parthenium hysteroporus? It is well known. Biocontrol agent is Zygogramma bicolorata belonging to the family Chrysomelidae. Orobanche, it is mainly controlled by Phytomyza. Orobanche, it is also a agromycid, that is belonging to the family Agromycidae. Moving to next question. Match the insects with its food lure. In first list, they have given different insects, and in second thing, they have given different food lures. You have to match with the insects and food lure, and that is attractants which are used in food lures. Onion fly, Propyl mercaptan, house fly, sugar and molasses, oriental fly, Methyl eugenol, yellow jacket wasp, Heptyl butyrate. So option B will be the right answer here. Apart from this, there are other examples also. You please go and thoroughly read those examples. Moving to next question, correct sequence of host plant selection by the phytophagous insects is. Mainly there are 5 phases in host plant selection of phytophagous insects towards their host plant. Mainly first is host habitat finding, followed by host finding, followed by host recognition, followed by host acceptance, Lastly, host suitability. According to this, which option is right here? Option C. Let us explain in detail about this concept. First is host habitat finding. In this case, migration of insects will take place either through anemotoxis or any geotoxis. It will move from one place to other place towards the mainly agricultural crops. It is having less important as the insects are morely close related with the plants. And next is host finding. Through olfactory and visual cues which are present in the insect will help it to find out its host plant. What about host recognition? There are some specific volatiles which are secreted from the host plant will help the insect to recognize it. For example, in case of onion, it will secrete propyl disulfide, which is attracted by onion maggot fly, that is Dahlia antiqua. Whereas one more example is allyl thiocyanides, or else you can tell glucosinolates. Secreted from some of the cruciferous will attract Breviconia brassicae cabbage aphid. Next step is host acceptance. It is mainly followed through test biting factors and also ovipositional probing. Lastly, host suitability. Host, that is insect will decide whether to feed on the host plant or not by seeing their essential nutrients. If it is available properly, then it will continue to feed on the same host plant. This is nothing but host suitability. Let us move to next question now. Husk tightness in the corn resists damage from. Husk tightness mainly resists damage from the corn borer, that is Helicorpa armigera. Because you can directly tell the answer here, because here stem borer and stem fly, as the name itself indicates, it mainly attacks on stem. There is no role of any resistance or about the husk which is present in a cob. As the corn borer mainly feeds on the cob, so if it is husk is very tight, then it makes permeable for the corn borer to go inside the corn and damage and cause damage to it. Whereas fall armyworm mainly prefers leaf oral. Later stages will move into the cob. So it is the most specific answer, or we can tell it is the most suitable answer when compared to others. Let us move to next question now. Sickle-shaped mandibles and larvae exuvocate vertical pits in the family Cicindelidae, Lampyridae, Dinostidae and Anobidae. Let us, this is with respect to taxonomical character of these families. Here these are also referred as tiger beetles. These are having sickle-shaped mandibles along with the where it can also exugate vertical pits where it catches prey prey, and these are also referred as active predators. Coming to Lampyridae, these are also having sickle-shaped mandibles, but in case of larva, those will feed on the snails. What about Dinostidae, that is rhinoceros beetle? These are having leaf-like mandibles. Anobidae, wood borers. Helmet-like pronotum is a one great features with taxonomic feature which is present in Anobidae. Example is Lacioderma sericorni. That is cigarette beetle. When we talk about Lampyridae, one more character is photogenic organ which is present on 6th and 7th abdominal segment, particularly in male, whereas in female it is located on 7th abdominal segment. It mainly helps to find out its opposite sex, and also for mating purpose it will help. And One question I would like to ask, what about conical pits? Conical pits are made by which insect? Please give answer in the comment section. Let us move to next question. Dimethyl decanol is an example of which pheromone? Alarm pheromone, trial pheromone, aggregation pheromone and sex pheromone. Let us define what all these terms are. Alarm pheromone are nothing but anti-predatory devices which will warn the other conspecifics about the presence of warning or about the presence of any enemy or danger. That is nothing but alarm pheromone. For example, cornicals will secrete alarm pheromone in case of aphids. Trial pheromone are normally seen in social insects. These are nothing but path marking pheromone, which will help them to feed or for the purpose of any food or mating. Aggregation pheromones are the induces mainly aggregation or congregation of the insect for the purpose of protection or food and reproduction. Whereas sex pheromone is secreted by one sex which will attack the opposite sex. So here dimethanol decanol is example for alarm pheromone, aggregation pheromone. It is secreted by red floor beetle, Tribolium castaneum. Other alarm aggregation pheromone examples like ipsinol, secreted from Ips confusus, and also frontalin, Dendroctonus frontalis will secrete it, and periplenon is secreted from Periplaneta americana. Other examples of alarm, trial and sex pheromones also you have to give importance. Let us move to next question. Match the following. Here some of the semiochemicals are given in list A and in list B their definition. What is alarmon? It is nothing but beneficial to the releaser. Chiramon beneficial to the receiver, whereas cinnamon is beneficial to both receiver and emitter, whereas antimon is non-advantageous to both receiver and emitter. According to this, which option is correct now? Option B. Wait. Option C. 3, 4, 1, 2. Let us move to next question. Which part of maxilla is modified to form coiled spring in siphoning type of mouth parts? It is with respect to different types of mouth parts. This siphoning type is present in moths and butterflies. And Galea of maxilla has been modified into coiled spring in case of siphoning type of mouth parts. The other different mouth parts also is important, and note down their examples and remember those things. Let us move to next question. Match the pairs with the here microbial pesticide, that is from BT as given, and against which pest they will act is also given in the list B. We have to match with the correct sequence. BT variety Kerstaki is against Lepidopteran larva, Israelensis against Diptera, Populae is against white grub, and Spericus is against mosquito larva. So, which option is correct now? Option C is the right answer. Let us see some other examples and also its trade names. BT variety Kastaki is trade name is Biobit and Dipel, and which is against Lepidoptera, and Galleria is a spectorine against Galleria melanonella, and BT variety Tinobroinis is against Ditera, and BT variety Israelensis is against Acropes ketal and Acropes ketal, its trade name, it is against is Diptera. And other examples you can see here. Populae, which is well known as Doom, against Japanese beetle. Other than this, microbial biopesticides also most important, like any fungus like green mussel, which is made from the fungus Metrrhizum anisopliae, and also some of the bioblast which is against termites, like this are also important. Let us move to next question now. To control lantana camera, which of the following fly is used? I had already told that lantana camera is controlled by Ophiomyia lantanae. It is a seed fly belonging to the family. Agromycidae. Now 28th question la. Root feeding or stem injection of monocrotophos is recommended against. Most commonly, this technique is used in plantation crops. So you can easily answer this question by deleting the other options. Brinjal lacewing, it mainly occurs in brinjal, so it is also eliminated. It is eliminated. And cotton bollworm, there is no root feeding and stem injection in this case, and even in rice stem borer, we won't prefer for this technique. Remaining is D option, that is coconut black-headed hairy caterpillar. For this, that is Opsinia arancella will be used. Here the root feeding or stem injection technique is mostly used. Moving to next question, match the BT genes with their target orders. Here the BT genes have been given in the column 1 and its order has been given in the column 2. Against which order they will act. Cry1 gene mainly for Lepidoptera. Cry2 gene Lepidoptera and Coleoptera. Cry3 against Coleoptera. Sorry, in Cry2 Lepidoptera and Diptera. Cry3 Coleoptera. Cry4 Diptera. So 3, 4, 1, 2. Option B is the right answer here. Coming to the last question, which energy is used for making fog, smoke and vapor? This is a direct question. Thermal energy is used for the making fog, smoke and vapor, whereas gaseous energy is used in mist blowers. Whereas hydraulic energy is used in knapsack sprayers, or you can tell high volume sprayers. Most of the students doesn't focus on this part, that is pesticidal application equipments. Don't neglect this. It is also a most important topic because most of the time they have been asked from questions from high volume sprayer, low volume sprayers examples, and also different types of nozzles will be asked, and also note down some of the functions of different sprayers, functions of parts of the sprayers. So this is all about the today's session of mock test part 1. I would like to tell that the PDF of the mock test series is available. You can get it by filling the Google link, which is available in our description box. And also, if you have not registered up to now the mock test bundles, whichever available in our platform, you can register through the link which is provided in the description box. One thing you note down, if you have any doubts or clarifications, you can ask in the comment section. We will clarify you. Finally, give your feedback regarding the first session of mock test part 1. Thank you so much.